Hey everyone, it's Ally and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing another Middle Eastern haul. I've got 6 fragrances that I'm going to be talking about that are newer to my collection. Each one is pretty different, but they are all new nonetheless, and I wanted to go over them. As always, I will link everything down below in the description box where you can find it. It'll be easy peasy. And you can always find me on Instagram if you want to see more content. I'm under Goddess on Neptune. Same on Threads. And yeah. We're going to be getting into it today with the first one being one that I was a little on the fence about. I'm still a little on the fence. I think this one has to grow on me a little bit more. But this one is from Afnan and it's called Muskus Great. The bottle is beautiful, first off. Like, just the presentation is really, really nice. I'm not the biggest fan of the cap. I think the cap is kind of, it's very mid. It does have a little bit of weight, but it is plasticky. It has a plaque on the bottom. Really, really pretty bottle, honestly. So I guess I really can't complain, but this is supposed to be their take on Initio's musk therapy. So that is the DNA that they're trying to replicate with this fragrance. You've got notes of bergamot, mandarin orange, you've got magnolia, blackcurrant, musk, sandalwood, and then more white musk in the base. This is really, really interesting. On initial spray, you do get that bergamot and that sort of mandarin. You do get this sort of citrusy zing. I don't get a lot of the florals. I know there are florals in this, but I'm not really picking up on them other than like this clean musk. It's a little sandalwoody, very clean smelling, but something about the musk in this fragrance is reminding me of like a forgotten vintage like fur coat left in a closet. That sort of musky, sort of almost, I hate to say dingy, but almost that dingy, musky feel. Whoop, I'm like dropping everything. That's sort of what I'm getting from this fragrance. It's very heavy on the musk. The florals are very light. They are in the background. And the citruses at this point, once it starts drying down, start to dissipate and just add a freshness to the fragrance. It's weird to say that it's like a fresh, almost dingy, musky fragrance, but that's kind of what I'm getting from it right now. It's very odd to me, very odd smelling. I have smelled musk therapy in the past, and it is a nice musk fragrance. And if you are a lover of musk, then this might be a really good one for you. And like I said, this is newer in my collection, so there is a chance that this one is going to change and evolve and macerate over time, which I find with a lot of Middle Eastern scents. Spray them, forget them, let them do their thing, revisit them later. A lot of the time they get better and they just sort of change over time. I will say I am a big fan of Dua Fragrance's take on musk therapy. Their take on that fragrance is so freaking good. I highly suggest if you're looking for an alternative to Initio's musk therapy, look at the Dua Fragrance version. I can't remember what it's called, but if you just look up musk therapy, it'll pop up. Their take on that DNA is so beautiful, and you definitely get the florals in that one. It's citrusy, it's lively, it leans more on a feminine touch. I really like their take on that DNA. This one I think is going to grow on me the longer it sits. I'm not quite made up with this one, what I really feel, but right now I'm getting like forgotten vintage coat in a closet with like a musky, bright backbone. It's really weird. Like I said, I don't know how I feel about this one. I'm going to have to revisit it. I think I'm going to give it like a month or two to sit because I don't think this one is fully where it's supposed to be. I'm curious to see how this one is going to develop over time. Now, the next one that I'm going to talk about is one called Majal Sultan. And this one is from Asdaf, which I think is a Lattafa brand. This one is really, really interesting. So if you're familiar with the DNA of By the Fireplace from Maison Margiela, this is like that DNA, that smoky, woody, vanillic deliciousness. I will say though, the opening of this fragrance, oh, and by the way, this is what the bottle looks like. It's really beautiful. It has this fuzzy sort of velvety feel all around it. It's really just soft and kind of plush, and it's got this like strange cap. It's a strange bottle, but I don't mind it. I think it's kind of nice. Definitely different. But you've got notes of smoke, tobacco, myrrh, incense, pepper, saffron, resin, amber, fir, cedar. And this is really, really nice. I will say, I do find this very unisex once it dries down. The initial opening of this fragrance, I will say, is a little bit challenging. And I feel like a lot of people, and by people, I mostly mean like my girls out there, I do think that you're going to find the opening challenging because the opening is very aromatic. It's very herbal. Like there's something very herbaceous about the way that the smoke and tobacco and myrrh and pepper and saffron are working together. It creates this very herbal, very masculine feel. But as this dries down, you definitely get this sweet yumminess. It's almost got like, I think there's dates in this as well. But you get this very like delicious caramelly goodness. It's really yummy. And you definitely get that by the fireplace sort of vibe, that smoked sort of wood with a heaping dose of vanilla. It's really, really yummy. This is a vibe. This is going to be perfect for fall. The sillage on this one is insane. The longevity on this one is insane. It's like 10 plus hours on my skin, forever on clothes. Like if you want to smell delicious and you really love that DNA profile of by the fireplace, this is a fabulous alternative. I will say, like I said before, the opening is a little bit on the harsher side. So keep that in mind when you are purchasing this fragrance. The opening might not be it. Let it sit, let it develop, let it do its thing. Don't judge it based off the opening because the opening isn't it. I really don't enjoy the opening. I don't enjoy this herbal sort of aromatic thing that it's got going on. It's really quite deterring. But if you can get past that, this scent is fabulous. It's sweet, it's smoky, it's woody. It's really, really gorgeous. It becomes extremely unisex in the dry down, and it's got the perfect amount of sweetness. It is a sweet fragrance, but it takes it a minute to get there. It's very cozy and inviting, great for fall and winter, cold days, nights out. Really gorgeous one. I really like it. And the Muska is a great one right now, even though it is newer. It does last quite a while. It lingers on clothes forever. But like I said, it gives me like expensive fur coat that's been forgotten in a closet sort of vibe. So I'm not really reaching for this one. I did give it a full wear. And yeah, it lasted a pretty long time. It lasted about 6 to 7 hours. But like I said, I think this one needs time to develop. I'm really hoping this one is going to change. I am not giving up hope. I think this one is going to be a lot better than what it's giving right now. Right now, it's just giving forgotten, lost coat and closet, and I'm going to leave it in my closet for a while to sort of do its thing. The next one that I'm going to talk about is one from Paris Corner. This is from their Amir line, and it's called Vue Elegant. It looks like this. This is their take on Xerjoff's Xanos, which is a very popular men's cologne from the House of Xerjoff. Now this one, you have notes of cinnamon, lavender, honey, jasmine, bergamot, tobacco, vanilla, cashmere, and lemon, tonka bean, and cardamom. And this does give me like a fougere vibe, but I will say this is like a unisex fougere. I haven't smelt Xanos. I think I might have sampled it a long time ago, but I honestly don't remember what it sounds or smells like. This is gorgeous. My girls out there, just because it smells like a fougere style fragrance, you know, that sort of barbershop-y sort of feel, don't be scared of this one. I know it is one that is typically marketed towards men, but this one is totally unisex in my opinion. A woman could totally rock this. This smells fabulous on a man. This smells so dang sexy. But my girls out there, something about this DNA, the way they did it, smells really, really beautiful. And you could totally pull this off. My girls out there that would pull this off are the same girls out there that love Lieb from, I think it's YSL. The one that comes in that really cool bottle. That sort of has a fougere sort of vibe, but it's like a feminine fougere. This sort of gives me like that sort of vibe, but different. This is all about the tobacco, but it is a candied tobacco. It is bright. It is juicy. You definitely get that bergamot that really livens up the fragrance. The cinnamon and the spices in this are so well done. They almost have this like cinnamony, almost like spicy, powdery vibe to it with this sort of candied tobacco that's just so gorgeous. And it sits on a lovely base of tonka and cashmere, and that just sort of create this really comforting feel. This is like a hug, being embraced by like a hug. This smells classy. It's elegant. My guys out there, this would smell so sexy on a man. It's so well put together. It's so refined, so elegant. And my girls out there, especially the ones that are a big fan of Lieb, you're gonna really enjoy this one. Don't be scared because this is a fragrance that's typically marketed towards men because of the DNA of Xanos. This is really, really good. I highly recommend this one. What a gem. I think I paid like under 40 bucks for this one or something, or right at 40. Really affordable fragrance. Yeah, the Amir line from Paris Corner is always coming through because this is a killer fragrance. Really recommend this one. The longevity on this one lasts about 6 hours right now. It's not the longest lasting, but it's also pretty good for, you know, just right off the bat. I have a feeling this one is going to develop and get better and better. I mean, if you can tell, this was full. I've already created a little bit of a dent on this one because it's addictive. It's powdery, it's elegant. That candied tobacco in this is so freaking beautiful. There's almost like this white smoke thing going on in the background that's just so lovely. And the lavender in this, even though it has lavender, I would say this pulls more on the Spanish lavender side than the actual English lavender. English lavender tends to smell more medicinal, very like essential oil sort of vibe, and Spanish lavender is like a sweeter, more charming type of lavender, and this gives me that sweet lavender vibe that is just so, so gorgeous, and I really enjoy this one. 10 out of 10 fragrance. My girls out there, check this out. My guys out there, check this out, especially if you're a fan of that Xerjoff DNA, the Xanos one. Now, the next one that I'm going to talk about is another one from Maison Alhambra. This one is one that I was super curious about. It's called Monocline 05. And this is their take, in my opinion, of Eccentric Molecules, Molecule 05. So if you're a fan of those sort of like ambroxany, iso-y super molecular fragrances, you're really going to enjoy this. I have not smelled Molecule 05. I've only smelled Molecule 01. Really loved Molecule 01. Has a lot of hype on, you know, the internet and on YouTube. Lots of people love it and swear by it. It's one of those fragrances that you spray on and become anosmic to it, but it lingers and is like around all day. This is so freaking good, and it is that same style of fragrance, but you guys, this is so gorgeous. To me, this smells like I'm drinking a hot spiced green tea in the middle of a pine forest. That is the best way to describe this. It is so freaking beautiful. When I first got this, I sprayed it and I was like, like, I don't know about this one. Like, no. But then like I came back to it that same day and sprayed it in the air and sort of walked out of the room and then came back a little while longer and was wondering what the hell smelled so good. Like, this scent is addictive. My guys out there, if you want to smell delicious, I know that's a weird way of describing like drinking tea and like a forest as delicious, but there's something so mouthwatering about this. So bright and gorgeous and just, oh my God, it smells so freaking good, you guys. I'm addicted to this. My girls out there, don't be scared of this one either. Totally unisex in my opinion. If you love woody fragrances, this is a gorgeous woody fragrance with a slightly spiced tea vibe that lingers in the air for days. You do become anosmic to it because it's so light and airy, but it's around. This is gorgeous. You've got notes of coriander, orange blossom, mandarin, bergamot, cardamom, lemon, rose. You've got lily of the valley, sandalwood, amber, musk, green tea, woody notes, but primarily I get that pine and the cedar in this. Yum. This is so gorgeous. If you want to feel expensive and luxurious and very effervescent and you love a tea fragrance, this is a stunning tea fragrance. To me, I really get that green tea note, but I get that cedary sort of pine in the base. That is so addictive and so gorgeous. And honestly, like, For the price, I think I paid like 14 bucks, maybe 15 for this. What a deal. Like, I got this on Jomashop and oh my God. You guys, like, this fragrance is, everyone needs this in their collection. Just like the people needed Molecule 01. I'm telling you, Molecule 05, or in this case, Monocline 05. Wow, like, this is so good. I wasn't the biggest fan of it off the bat when I first sprayed it, if I'm honest. But like I said, I came back in the room and was smelling this gorgeous scent in the air. And oh my God, like I've been addicted to it since then. Already have made quite a little dent. You probably can't see it, but like, let me see. That corner dent. I've made a bit of a dent on this one and it's brand new in my collection. And already right off the bat, 10 out of 10 fragrance. I love the longevity. I love the sillage. I've had other people wear this too. And the sillage on them is so addictive. I'm like sniffing in the air, like chasing them down. This is gorgeous. Check this one out. 10 out of 10. I highly recommend that one. Now, the next one that I'm going to talk about is one from the House of Armagh. This is one that I wanted to get in my collection for a minute because I really liked the sort of ombre effect for the bottle. This one is called Space Age by Armagh, and this is their dupe of Byredo's Space Rage, that Travis collab that they did, the Space Age Trav X collab. I don't know. That is their take, and like, look at this weird cap. It's got like a ring on it. I'm very weirded out by the whole bottle. It gives me like weird canteen that I'm taking like on a hike vibe. And this ring is just very strange. But I mean, whatevs. It is what it is. It's strange, right? I think it's weird. I think it's a weird bottle design. But I kind of like the ring that you can like use it to pull it off. But you guys, this is honestly a really great summer fragrance. Like, you've got fruity notes, floral notes, musk. Ooh, why am I dropping everything? And powdery notes. And honestly, when I smelled this, I was kind of like surprised by it, how much I liked it. This is a unisex fragrance with a feminine lean, in my opinion. My girls out there would really enjoy this. If you are a fan of fragrances like Fleur Narcotique by Ex Nihilo or Anna Sui Fantasia Mermaid, this gives me that sort of vibe, that like fruity, sort of aquatic, bright, sort of ozonic type of fragrance. This has that same ozonic vibe, but it's a little powdery, very fruity, very bright and sparkling. It has a slight floral touch, but I primarily get the fruits. It's fruity, ozonic. It has a wateriness to it. It's really addictive. If you are if you are a fan of that style of fragrance and you want something that is in the same vein as Fleur Narcotique, but you want something that has a little bit more powder, but it's not overtly powdery, and a little bit more dimension, I find Fleur Narcotique, it's a great fragrance, but I find it kind of boring. If I'm honest, this I don't find boring. I find it a lot more wearable. This is also compared a lot to Byredo Pulp, but with Pulp, I have gotten more of a sangria, like fermented vibe. It is quite similar, but like there is no fermented sangria vibe in this. It's just bright, juicy, fruity, citrusiness with a watery quality. It's really, really pretty. And yeah, if you're a fan of those type of fragrances, that style, that genre, you're really going to enjoy this. The longevity on this is astounding, being that it's such a freshie. This is this is bright, it's juicy, and this lasts for freaking ever. I don't know why this lasts so long, but this gets like 8+ hours on my skin and it lingers. Like, it creates the most amazing in the deep, deep dry down, like 10 hours later, my skin smells almost candied. It's really interesting. This is a gorgeous fragrance. I really like it. I can get over the weird cap. I honestly don't mind the cap because I like holding it from the ring. I think it's kind of weird. But I like it. It's like a little pinky ring for me, like slay. Walking around with my little purse and stuff. I really like it. Space Age, little hidden gem. Amazing for summer. Now, the next one that I'm going to talk about, well, the last one, It's from the house of Lattafa, and this one I was shook by, you guys. This is called Sha'd. I think that's how you pronounce it, Sha'd. The bottle looks like this. It's really beautiful. It has like this sort of decorative, sort of like, I don't even know, reminds me like underwater coral almost. And it's kind of this corally color, this coral pink. It's really, really pretty. The juice has this sort of corally vibe as well. And I really like the cap. It's a really beautiful cap. It's light, it's like plasticky, but it looks really pretty. Just a beautiful presentation. You've got notes of almond, orange, jasmine, floral notes, orris, tuberose, amber, vanilla, praline, musk. And you guys, this is an amazing dupe for Narciso Rodriguez's Ombre. I know I've talked about like dupes of that fragrance before. I've talked about Narissa, which is also a dupe of that DNA from Narciso Rodriguez, the Ombre, that is super hyped on YouTube. Everyone loves it, but it doesn't last, and the price point is ridiculous for what you're getting. This is an amazing dupe, but you guys, this one, dare I say, is even better. If this was supposed to replicate the DNA of Narciso Rodriguez's Ombre, this is like the intense version. Right off the bat, this is stronger. Oh my gosh, no longevity problems with this one. This one lasts like 7-8 hours on my skin, even longer on clothes. Where this one needed time to sit and macerate to get a bit stronger, this one right off the bat is coming for you. I will say I do enjoy that this one has this sort of like clean skin vibe. This one doesn't have that sort of clean skin vibe. I'm going to spray them both side by side. Yeah, the Narissa one is a bit lighter, but there's something very skin-like, very clean, very beautiful. And the Lattafa one is just boom, in your face, tropical, floral, almost a little solar. Really, really gorgeous. They both smell very similar, but like I said, the Lattafa Sha'd one is like an intense version of the other. It is so strange, so beautiful. Both of them are bright. They're citrusy. There's something very inviting and sunny and summery smelling about them. They're very white, floral, heavy. There's something almost a little bit like sunscreeny without going into sunscreen territory. So, so good. If you're a fan of ombre, oh my gosh. Do yourself a favor and get this one in your collection. This is amazing. No longevity problems. Stunning fragrance. They're both amazing in my opinion. But if you wanted something that's strong and ready to go right off the bat, this one is it. This one is still really good. I actually like layering them together because there are elements in this one that I enjoy that this one doesn't have, and vice versa. They both have sort of things that the other doesn't have, and layering them together is a dream. So good. If you want to smell addictive, clean, and just stunning, and like you're on a permanent vacation all the time, these two together, 10 out of 10. This one by itself, 10 out of 10. Like, I am not even mad that I have one that smells, two that smell the same, because this DNA is so stinking good, and I'm going to get a lot of use out of this and this summer. Like, I'm really happy. And for the price, this is so affordable. I think it was like $20, maybe less. Like, Lattafa, come through. This is really, really nice, you guys. My fans of Narciso Rodriguez Ombre, do yourself a favor, get this one. It's a fraction of the price, or get this one. Fraction of the price. Like, don't bother paying full price for a fragrance that's going to last 2 hours, maybe even 30 minutes on your skin. Do yourself a favor and get one of these two. Yeah, both stunning, both amazing. This one has gotten better over time. This one right off the bat is already a monster. Damn. Bright, juicy, floral, tropical, vacation-y. Like, oh my gosh, this is an amazing fragrance. I'm so happy to have this one in my collection. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Those are the 6 fragrances I wanted to talk about that I had for you guys. I hope you found the video informative. I've got some more stuff coming out later this week. And yeah, till next time, I will link everything down below. Like I said, if you want to find me on Instagram, it's goddess.on.neptune. Same on Threads. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.